Hospital. Our other big story tonight, Donald Trump made another passionate pitch to African Americans and Hispanic voters tonight, a speech some found extremely offensive.
Well, he described a vast majority of those groups living in poverty and in neighborhoods that are more dangerous than war zones.
Crime, all of the problems to the African Americans, who I employ so many people, to the Hispanics, tremendous people. What the hell do you have to lose? Give me a chance. I'll straighten it out. I'll straighten it out.
Well, some of those remarks raising plenty of eyebrows tonight.
Trump says if he is elected, African Americans will be able to walk down the street without getting shot.
News Channel 5's John Kosick live in Akron. John, the only Cleveland reporter who talked exclusively with Donald Trump.
Now, Donald Trump knows the stats. He knows it is all about Ohio. What isn't quite clear by his comments and what he said over the past couple of weeks is if he knows what it will take to win in November. You had 16 million votes in the Republican primary, more than anyone in Republican presidential history, 4 million more than Mitt Romney. But Mitt Romney went from 10 million to 60 million in the general. At what point do you stop playing to the 14 million and start going after that 60+ million that you're going to need in November?
Well, you know, see, I don't want to just cater to anybody. I just want to do what's right. And I'm being very honest. We have to have borders. As an example, it'd be very easy for me to say, oh, we want weak borders, and maybe that's more popular. I don't know. But we have to do things right. We have to have a proper health care system. We have to repeal and replace Obamacare. We have to protect our Second Amendment. You know, there are a lot of these things that I'm saying. I don't know if they're popular or not popular. And frankly, it shouldn't matter that much. They're the right thing. And I have to stay with what I feel. And people say, oh, why don't you do this or do that? And I say to myself, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm a very honest person, and I want to be honest about what I'm saying.
The Clinton campaign today calling on you again to release your taxes, implying, though, for the first time that the reason why you're not is not the audit, but because your businesses owed hundreds of millions of dollars to the Bank of China or to Russian businessmen with ties to the Kremlin. Your reaction to that?
No, it's totally false. Look, I have mortgages on property. I'm very under-leveraged. I have very little debt, tremendous net worth, but have very, very small debt. And we have mortgages to different banks. I'll probably release a list of the banks that we have mortgages to. But in terms of the values, it's a very, very small debt that I have. And they know that. They understand that. And they're trying to get away from the email situation because every time they say about the tax returns, which, by the way, I will release them when I'm not under audit. I'm under a very routine audit. I've been under audit for years. Every year they audit my tax returns. I guess.
Would that be before the election?
I hope so. I mean, if I'm finished by then, it will be before the election.
And that promise to release the banks with which he has mortgages is something new and something we'll continue to keep our eye on. I asked him also, being in Ohio, do you plan to reach out to Governor Kasich, or have you? He says he has not and he will not. Reporting live from the University of Akron, John Kosick, News Channel 5.
And before the rally at the University of Akron, the Republican nominee met with officials with the Fraternal Order of Police, joined with former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Trump expressed gratitude towards law enforcement and the support that they've given him.
We're also learning tonight that a major speech